This block is our rolling factory, basically. We've got a couple of machines left over the road, but the majority of them are in here now. So this is where we basically roll everything on this side now. So we've got our multi-machines, and then all the Howicks and the single profiles are over here as well.
I see you supply, do you supply a lot of flat pack materials, or do you also do panelized?
The majority of stuff that we do is panelised systems.
Okay.
Probably about 75% of what we do is panelised. The rest, the stud and track for the infill market is a smaller percentage of that.
Yep.
And then there's a little bit of balance of factory to factory that we do for modular companies and things like that. So the process is unchanged for a long time. Basically, we do all the design in-house. We issue that to the guys in production. They'll allocate the work slots out and the manufacture control sheets, and then they'll get their works orders, put them on the machines, roll them. If they're going to be assembled here, they'll be stillaged and sent over the road.
Oh, it's the assembly area.
Yeah, so the assembly factory element and the boarding element is over the road. So this is just purely rolling in here.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
all we do in here. So this is for a job called Goulden Street, which is in Manchester. It's a 9-storey load-bearing apartment block.
And what product is coming out right now?
This is the floors for 5th floor.
Floor product.
5th floor, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's about halfway up the building.
Here are all the panelized products. They're all ready to go.
Yep.
For various projects. Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be several projects waiting to go. There's some that have been on hold and some that are, but this is our normal churn of sort of stock really. We try to manufacture sort of a week to 2 weeks ahead.
Okay.
At any one point.
Hey Martin.
Hi, you all right?
It's nice for you to spend time with us. Why don't we start by you telling us about yourself and experience in the industry?
I've been in the industry now since 1991.
Yeah.
Dark hair was upon me at that point, but not so much now. So I started in the commercial sort of dry lining sector.
Yes.
Got involved with SFS through that working in London for a couple of years. And then I came back to the northeast where I live and got involved in off-site manufactured SFS in about 1993 when we started doing pre-finished panels for the company I worked for. And that evolved through into the early 2000s when we came and ordered the first Howick from yourselves back in 2002. Many moons ago, a 75mm machine, mainly for the housing sector, which we worked in at that point.
Sure.
And then it evolved from there. Currently, joint managing director with myself and Nick Teagle. I've been here about 8 years now, but I've known Mark, who's founded the company in 2009. Since 2009, we used to supply him previously.
Sure. Fantastic. Tell us about what Frameclad does.
So Frameclad, we offer a manufacturing service for light gauge steel framing, and from the design process right through to supply. And it's pretty much anything we do. We have no fixation about delivering certain sectors. If you want a linear metre of metal, you can have a linear metre of metal. If you want a 10-storey building, you can have that as well.
Sure.
And anything in between. So we're quite agile in that respect. There's nothing we won't do. There's nothing we won't say no to. In most cases, there's always a solution to something.
Yes.
It's just what that looks like. But in most cases, we get a lot of success from what we do in that way, that we are agile, we are different. We do look at things in a different way. We're not just like, we always want to do a box.
You don't box yourself in.
We want to do a box and that's all we'll do. We'll never do that. We'll all. So the variety is what gives you insight into different solutions and different possibilities as well. So we'll never say no to anything really.
The products you provide, we talked about how you would produce steel profile and supply them flat pack.
Yep.
But you also supply panelized, and that's a bigger percentage of what?
Yeah, so at the moment, probably about 75% of what we do is what we class as load bearing, so manufactured frames.
Yes.
A small portion of that might go and assemble to certain customers and they'll build it. But the majority will build the frames in-house, board some of the frames, certainly the floors and the roofs and the external walls will predominantly board and send them as a kit.
Oh, cool. So you mentioned about design. So what element, so what stage are you involved as far as design is concerned? So you have the architect and the contractor, etc. So when do you get involved with design?
It'll vary wildly. So it's like on the infill schemes where we're just filling into a concrete frame. It can be quite late. It can be a month from being on site before we're engaged. It's changing now with the gateway submissions that are in the UK for anything over 18 metres now, where there's a lot more early involvement. But that's a work in progress.
Okay.
I think that'll evolve over the next 12 to 18 months of what that looks like.
Okay.
So that's one end of it. Load bearing stuff that we do, it might be anything from 3 months to a year, might even be 18 months where we're involved.
Okay.
It depends on the client and how and when we're engaged, really.
Would you prefer early engagement?
Earlier engagement's always better because it's like if it's an early stage in the design process, a stage 3 or stage before stage 4, we can have a positive impact on it.
Yes.
If it's too late, in a lot of cases, all we're doing is we're substituting solutions.
Yeah.
So it's already drawn, it's already designed. This is what it needs to look like, and we'll make that work. But you lose the advantage of you getting your cost benefits, your savings in foundations and things like that that can happen earlier.
Would you use that as sort of a, I wouldn't say selling point.
We're quite open and transparent on how we quote things, and that includes design and engineering as well. So we don't bury that. We don't bury that in rates. We're quite open and transparent about it on the basis that if you want early engagement, that's what it costs you. You know what it costs. So we can get on board quicker and get people a better outcome.
Yes, and faster.
Yeah.
And fewer changes.
Ideally, yes.
And you've got repeat customers. You've been in business for a long time.
We have, that's a key part of our success. Is it's customer orientated.
Yeah.
We do what we need to do to keep the customer happy. If things don't go right, and not everything goes right all the time, our reaction is resolve it for the customer first.
Yes.
And then deal with it later. But it's like we're building on live sites, so we have to react.
What do they love best about doing business with Frameclad, your customers?
I think there's a mixture of the service we provide. I think even from an estimating point of view at the outset, there's nothing that we don't look at for people. We'll look at anything and everything. Our reaction times and turnaround's good for that. The level of information and transparency we give, and that's through everything, through manufacturing, delivery, and that's what we pride ourselves on, really.
Fantastic. Cool. It was nearly 5 years ago we did a company feature on Frameclad.
Yep.
And that was pretty cool. And we described the company as the leader of the pack. What's changed now? Has anything changed? Things have, and would you still?
I think we're the same. I think from what we provide, we're still fairly flexible and agile in what we do. We want to lead the industry in things that we do. We'd probably like more participation from the industry wide. It's one thing that the steel industry doesn't do particularly well. If you compare the light sail frame industry to the timber frame industry,
yes,
the timber frame industry have a good body that they all sing from the same sheet.
Yes.
We don't.
More fragmented.
It's very much the individuals. It's all an individual outlook, and it doesn't serve you to grow the sector. It's still a growing sector, but it could grow quicker probably if we're all joined up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's always been a tough battle. It's like everybody's very protective of what they do, aren't they?
That's interesting, yeah. Be less protective and share a little bit more.
I mean, there's no secrets, and within the industry, if you had two steel frame companies, and they all manufactured, everybody knows what everybody else does. But there's different commercial factors that dictate what you do and what you don't do. So it's like, but that doesn't change just because you know what somebody else does.
we're trying not to use the word MMC anymore because we've decided that it's very almost old-fashioned now. And
MMC is measured against, it's modern in the respect of what it's measured against, because traditional build hasn't changed for hundreds of years.
yeah,
So that's its measurement, its metric. It's modern because people's initial concept is still a brick and block, which has been around since Henry VIII and his his predecessors. So it's like in that respect, yes, it's modern methods of construction. If you ask Joe Public, if you ask somebody who's not in construction, is steel frame a modern method of construction? They will say yes, because even though it's used a lot within the industry, it's still not a familiar product. If you go to a college, chances are, if you do a construction course, you will not come across light steel frame in college.
still right. I mean, what's your opinion and take on that? They really should be teaching the young people.
Yeah, but it's I suppose for the colleges, it's where do you go? What do you teach? Which one will be a benefit in 10, 20 years? Which one will be around? You know, do you teach SIP panels? Do you teach glue lam? I think there's an element where there should probably be an MMC sort of unit within construction colleges, and that to at least appreciate what is out there. But you don't really get coverage of it until people specialise and they'll go and do structural engineering.
Yes.
And then you'll start to see people doing sort of reports and studies on it at university. But like for the normal people who are doing sort of A-level equivalent construction, it won't come across. They might not even do dry lining. It might still be plaster.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's a good perspective. That's fantastic.
So it's like when you look at like normal people, and that's what they're selling MMC for. It's not for people who are in the industry, I don't think. Whether right or wrong, it still carries a bit of a stigma to it, and that goes back from Barrett's timber frame stuff from years ago when that was modern methods of construction. It wasn't built particularly well, but now everybody's tarred with the same brush of MMC sort of thing, prefab panels and it's like,
and I like the fact that we need to educate our young earlier,
Yeah.
With all the different what's out there, the new technology, the new products, etc.
I think it's like it's going to be hard. Construction's going to be hard over the next few years to get enough people within the industry.
Yeah.
The design side is easy enough. Anything techie is easy to resolve, it's like, but they still don't teach. You can't do a course on Tekla at college.
Which is a shame, because kids with technology, they just duck
most
the water.
Most of them will come back. A lot of ours have come back from a graphic sort of background.
Yes.
But they're transferable skills. You just got to train them.
Yeah. What led Frameclad to explore roll forming technology, or just having machines of their own to roll product?
So when Frameclad first started, it bought product from another company as it grew. But the main reason for roll forming is control.
Yeah.
And just so it's easy to have the coil of steel and the flexibility it can be whatever it needs to be. Until the moment it goes in the machine.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of flexibility and control that gives. This is why we've got the machines.
Yeah. So when Frameclad first bought the 75mm Howick machine,
Frameclad's first Howick machine was the multi.
Oh, the multi.
Yeah. So the first machine that I bought in my career was the 75mm. Back in 2002, but that wasn't for Frameclad.
How'd you guys end up deciding on Howick? I mean, that's again many moons ago.
The reason why we looked at it is we looked at two machines. One was the Scottsdale was the original one that we looked at. Did everything it wanted to do, but wasn't particularly great. It didn't look very robust. And then we went and saw the Howick. Which was the first demo one that you brought into the UK, the 65mm. We went and saw that, and from seeing that, we decided that give us what we wanted, the flexibility, and basically to control our own manufacturing.
Great.
So we ordered the 75 mil at that point. As far as Frameclad's concerned, is that journey had already begun, and I think I'd already bought 3 machines at that point as part of the journey. So the decision when we got into saying, right, we're going to do load bearing for Frameclad, what machine do we get? It was a fairly easy one, really, because it was what we were comfortable with, what we knew.
Sure.
And it's a good product, so why wouldn't you?
Yes, thank you. So Howick and Frameclad been having a long partnership, good relationship for a long time.
Yeah, part of what we like as a business, and what I think you guys are like, it's very much about people as well.
Yes.
And having that relationships and the ability to speak to people, and on a business level, on a personal level, it's a great place to be.
Yes.
Really. And it's like everybody's at the end of a phone if needs be, and that's the way it should be.
Yep, that's fantastic. How about the Frameclad team? Any comments about the company culture, the leadership?
We're in a good place. We've grown. We've got more growing to go, but we think we've built a team for the next 5 years and beyond. And that's where we want to be, really. And basically, we want to empower the team that we've got to take it on to the next level.
How many have you got right now?
We currently employ 75 people, split over, obviously, manufacturing, production, sales, and design. So there's about 10 people that are remote, 20 people in the northeast, where I'm based, doing design and commercial, and then the rest are at the facility here.
And that's working well for you, having teams in different areas?
Yeah, it has its challenges, but I think the disciplines are split enough that they don't need to be in the same building.
Yes.
And it's like what happened sort of 4 or 5 years ago with the joys of COVID, that just reinforced that anyway. So it took it to another level of communication. Everybody discovered Teams, even though they already had it for years. But
I know, right? Yeah. And you made it work.
Yeah.
Somehow, you realised this can work.
It meant it was easier to sort of deal with that sort of thing, really, the meetings. And a lot of the industry still, the design team meetings, they're all remote now.
Yeah.
Nobody travels to a design team meeting anymore. They're all on Teams. So, it's a clear, defined line of sort of the front end of it, the design. Once it's designed, signed off, the packs come into production here.
Yes.
They don't really need to know what's going on in design. They have the weekly update of where things are and when they're expecting it, and that's fine.
Oh, fantastic. So you mentioned about the team and that you've got a great team now to take the company to the next level. So what sort of aspirations have you got for the company?
The plan will be we're looking to grow it from where we are now, where we were last year. We'll constantly, steadily grow it. And over the next 5 years, we'll probably double turnover.
Double? Wow.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here
That's
and visiting with us. Thank you.
Nice to see you.